Yes guys, it's nearly last and welcome. In this video, what we're going to be doing is my top 5 of the SMGs in Black Ops 3. Now, all the patches and everything are out the way, so these weapons are going to be the way they are till the end of this year's Call of Duty cycle, and where we decide to move on to Call of Duty 2016 or not. So as you're seeing on your screen at the moment is the Weevil. Now, for me, the Weevil, some people love it, some people absolutely hate it. I'm a little bit sat on the fence because I really want to enjoy this particular gun, but in a lot of gameplays, it really does let me down. It just doesn't feel quite right. Now, I know everyone's been crying out for a buff and everything else, but this gun is the way that it particularly is. I know it had a buff, and mainly that was due to it being played out into hardcore, but in core, it just doesn't seem quite right. So that's my number 5. Then into number 4, as you see on the screen at the moment, is the Razorback. Now, with the Razorback, I quite enjoy this weapon. I know this would probably be some people's number 1, and it has absolutely fantastic range, but it does seem for me the same kind of problem as the Weevil as well. I get quite a few hit markers, especially when in close quarters, and I do feel a little bit underpowered when I come up against things like the VMP and stuff like that. So for me, that is my number 4. Then going into number 3. Now, this is a hit and miss with a lot of people, as you're seeing on your screen. This is the Pharaoh. Now, for me personally, I absolutely love the Pharaoh. I think it's an absolutely brilliant gun. I think it's absolutely amazing, especially with the suppressor on it. It doesn't really seem to change the weapon that much. Obviously, the drop-off point is a little bit more. You're going to take those extra couple of bullets. But because it's actually a burst weapon, it feels very solid overall. And I don't mind the iron sights or anything else like that on this particular gun. So for me, this is pretty much a very solid SMG overall. So that's my number 3. Moving into number 2. Now, that is going to be the H.A.T.R. Now, this is probably the biggest argument between this one and the actual number 1 spot. I know a lot of people love the H.A.T.R. They really do. And for me personally, I thoroughly enjoy using the H.A.T.R. I think it's an absolutely fantastic weapon. I've got quite a few different class setups on my channel dedicated just particularly for this SMG. Rapid fire on it is absolutely amazing. It does work extremely well, and it is a very easy weapon to use as well. So for me, it is a very dominant weapon, so that's why it makes my number 2. But a number 1 has got to be the VMP. Now, with the actual VMP overall, now this particular weapon is absolutely fantastic for me. It really is. Now, the accuracy and obviously the recoil is not the greatest, and this is what turns a lot of people off this compared to the H.A.T.R. Now, obviously with the H.A.T.R. it's a lot easier to use. The VMP does have that recoil and that bit of kick, but once you can get used to controlling that gun is an absolute melting machine. It really is. Now, with this VMP, I've got stealth class setups, I've got rapid fire class setups, everything for this particular gun, because for me personally, it works very well with lots of attachments on it. And one of my tactical classes that I've got actually set up for it, it only run with 2 actual attachments, and it still absolutely dominates. So for me personally, this has got to be the number 1, because it can still shoot out to range as long as you can control that recoil very well, and it can work extremely well in close quarters. What you will notice though, guys, there is no room for the Vespa. Now, with the Vespa, I actually quite enjoy using it. I really do. But it is just a solid weapon once you're in very close quarters. Anything else into those medium ranges, you really do lack in. For me personally, I like to play aggressive. I like to get even out into those open kind of areas as well and try and shoot people that way. And with the Vespa, it just seems to lack that little bit. Now, personally, I don't have the new HG40. The COD gods aren't very good to me, and personally, I'm not spending hundreds and hundreds of pounds just trying to find it. So, I haven't actually tried that weapon out. Maybe that one could be making up into the top 5 if I actually got to use it. But for personally, these are my standard top 5s that most people have got in the game at the moment. But anyway, guys, let me know exactly which ones are your top 5. I know a lot of people would not agree with the ones that I've actually got in the kind of way that they're actually set up at the moment. But it'd be very interesting to hear your guys' points of view. But anyway, guys, coming up on my screen now is my subscribe button. Make sure you jump in on that. I've got lots of things like class setups, Black Ops 3 stuff, and also Call of Duty 2016. And guys, you can smash that like button to support me be even better. This is nearly last, and I'll catch you later.